Okay, so it's the frickin' Chinese exam tomorrow, and I have to, you know, explain and write down the real meaning of the words. This is not just modern Chinese. This is ancient Chinese. Okay, it's January 8th. Uh, it's January 8th, 8:30 p.m. as of now. Just finished the Chinese listening and integration exam and the English reading exam. And for the Chinese listening and integration exam, the listening part is pretty easy because it's in Cantonese and it's easy. But the writing part is actually really tough. You need to write over 2 pieces of A4 paper if you want to pass the integration part of the exam, the writing part. So you have to write around 1,000 Chinese words in 1 hour and 15 minutes. About 1,000, I think. I don't know. That's just a approximate. No, actually more than 1,000. 1,300, 1,400, something like that. But yeah, that's actually a lot, and we still have to organize the things. It's not like a writing, it's more like you gather the data from the recording plus a few other pieces of data, and then you group them all together, organize them, and make a speech out of it or an article. And in today's case, it's a speech. But I managed to finish it right on time, so I'm pretty grateful about that. And then for English reading, it's super boring, nothing special. Um, I just hope that I don't mess up, and I don't really see how would I mess up, except for that one weird question. But anyway, what's the real problem is tomorrow. Tomorrow is tomorrow has the Chinese reading exam and English listening and integration. English listening and integration exam, easy, okay? But Chinese, however, actually the worst exam to exist in the world in the history. I I don't know how can you argue with that actually. And not only will they give you one passage that you've never read before, and it's in modern Chinese, and then they will give you another passage that's in ancient Chinese. And I don't know, maybe it's gonna date all the way back to 300 and something BC, or maybe it's gonna be somewhere around the 11th or maybe 10th century. I mean, anywhere between that. Uh, and you also have to answer a bunch of really difficult and tricky questions about the 5 pieces of literature we are told to study. And this is one of them, just to show you how hard it is. This is not modern Chinese. You can't just. I mean, let's assume you speak Chinese, you understand these words. If you speak this to Chinese people, they're not going to understand because people don't speak like this nowadays. This passage dates back to 11th century. And by that I mean 105 something, I forgot. And it's already kind of young or new, whatever. The other one, I think it's this one, right? Yeah, the other passage dates all the way back to 300 and something BC. Or 200 and something. So yeah, this is ridiculous. Okay, so it's currently 11:08 p.m. and I'm tired, but I don't have time, and I want to actually take a little time out to revise a little chemistry because 2 days later it's going to be chemistry exam and I don't even understand half of it. And this is like one of the most stupid mistakes I've made. I didn't put like, okay, wait, which one's cathode, which one's anode? This one. So this gets oxidized. So this is anode, this is cathode. Well, shit. And I didn't even know how to do this one. Great stuff. We have the answers here though. Yeah, these electrolysis stuffs, they suck. They suck ass. They're confusing. Okay, it's 11:48 right now. It says 51, but it's lying, okay? Well, anyway, I'm going to do my one last go through, walk through, see through, whatever of my Chinese stuffs. We don't actually have to test this poem thing. We have to this. And I may also go through some other stuffs like some translation stuff. Ancient Chinese, modern Chinese. Ancient Chinese, modern Chinese. Know the difference. Okay, it's 20:47 p.m. January 9th as of now. Bad news. First of all, apparently there's this plague thing amongst Hong Kong teenagers and kids. I'm just kidding, but it may be true. So, right now it's the exam time, and I don't know why, but me, my brother, my classmates like Nick, Leo, and even Queenie also had, like, stomach aches, and I think Oliver had it too. It's really weird. Last time this happened, it was 2016 summer. No, well, before summer. And now it's happening again where everyone's getting stomach aches. And now I'm on medication. It sucks. And I don't know why. And that's why I take these, these pills before I go to an exam, because I don't want to have a stomach ache in the middle of an exam. That would be detrimental. Anyway, today it was the Chinese reading exam and the English listening and integration exam. For the Chinese reading, big fail. They give us these worksheets so that we could review them. Turns out, it doesn't even fucking matter. They're not gonna, ask us any questions that are on the worksheet. And then for the comprehension part, it's also very, very difficult in my opinion, especially for the ancient part, old part, the old literature part. Yeah, and there is a very, very huge chance that I may fail this one, and I can't do anything about it. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Fuck. And for English listening and integration, it was pretty easy as usual. There are bits where it gets strangely fast for some reason, but hey, whatever. And then for the integration part, we have to, write 3 tasks. And today it's a proposal, a press release thing, and a speech, and I wrote them all in time, and it's I guess I'm gonna do fine. I don't know, but there's that. And then let's get into something a little more interesting. 2 days ago, I was at Pink's house, and we were chatting, of course, and Pink mentioned that she was actually in the same group with Mary in English speaking in the group discussion, and she said that Mary was very aggressive and competitive, and that actually reminded me of something. I don't know Mary or Linda or Jeffrey all that well because I haven't talked to them for a very long time, and as I recall, Mary is the I hate everyone kind of person. Very hateful girl. Anyway, yesterday, me, Leo, Natalie, Pink, Queenie, and Christopher went to a restaurant to have lunch. And when me, Leo, and Pink were walking to the restaurant, in front of us were Mary, Caroline, and a tall girl, a friend of theirs. And then in front of Them is the boys, the other boys of the class. Kingsley, Grant, Edward, them. And then, I realized that, and I was like, whoa, why is the entire world going to the same restaurant? And then when we arrived at the, entrance of the restaurant, suddenly Caroline and Mary simultaneously shouted, "Fuck!" And then they just did a 180 and walked away. They swore in Chinese, and it's fuck in Chinese. Alright. And I was like, what? Did they see someone? Did they... I don't know. I have no idea. But, there's that. Anyway, tomorrow is the chemistry exam, and I'm not confident about it at all because chemistry is a very confusing thing, especially when it comes to redox reactions. I don't know, maybe it's because of my great defeat this morning on the Chinese exam, so I literally have zero confidence right now, and I am not in a mood for revision. And look at this graph. Just look at this fucking graph. How in the world am I going to memorize this? How?
So I currently stumbled upon this super weird, well, not weird, but confusing question. And I want to know, how am I going to determine which one is the anode, which one is the cathode, and which ions are being discharged? So I'm gonna write down all the possible ones. Okay, so on this side we have Fe2 plus, right? Crap, I'm doing it right? Yeah, all right. And then we have Fe3 plus, and then on the other hand we have SO4 2 minus. That's sulfate. And then for this one we have potassium and straight up iodide. Am I right? Yeah, iodide. And we also have this one and this one. And then let me think which two ions are in the play here. Because
So, I think I got it. I don't know if I'm right or not, but I think... Okay, so anode and cathode. So, oxidation occurs at anode and reduction occurs at cathode. So, for oxidation, it's iodine. I don't know though. It says, AQ, so if there's water, it should be the OH. I'm actually a little confused. So I put a question mark, but it's probably the iodide ion who's being released out, and because it has a stronger reducing power, and then right here I believe the iron 3 ion is getting reduced. So in order to help myself, I made this cue card thing, and I don't know if it's gonna help at all or not, but I guess it's good to know. Okay, so basically it's 6:37 p.m. January 10th, I believe. Yes. So right now I'm not showing my face because I look terrible, but anyway, I have, I just finished the chemistry exam today, and they allow us 2 hours and 30 minutes to finish a shit ton of questions, 36 multiple choice questions, and 12 long questions. And by long, I mean very, very long. And I'm not going to say it's difficult. I guess it's a little hard at times, but it's not really that difficult. It's I guess it's I don't know. I actually don't know. There are a couple of questions where I don't understand, but other than that, I think I'm doing fine, I hope. Anyway, it's the biology exam tomorrow, and it is a challenge, but whenever I get a challenge, I usually try my best to overcome it. So here we go. I've just finished going through, eyes and ears with the detecting the environment. And now I'm going through, neurons and brains and very soon hormones. So let's just quickly go through this. We got some neurons, or neurons. This is the structure of a neuron. This sensory, is motor, and interneurons. Myelin sheath. All right. So at the end, we have three types of neurons here. This is a synapse, another cell body of the nerve ends of synapse, and we also gotta memorize that neuron. You know, the brain, spinal cord, cerebrum, and right here we got the skull, vertebral column, we got the rib cage, limbs and girdles. And right here we have the function of our skeleton. And here are some major parameters for homeostasis: body temperature, water content in blood, gas content in blood, and glucose level in blood, which is what is the main focus of this chapter. This is the negative feedback mechanism. And what the heck is this? This is actually the most boring biology chapter. I have zero interest in this at all. We have applied ecology, which is boring, human impact on the environment, and then right after that, we get human responsibilities. Wow. Okay, so I'm not gonna do this worksheet. I don't have time right now. It's 10:30 p.m. and I still have things to revise. So I'm gonna just straight up look at the answer, I guess. It's already over 12:30 after midnight and I'm still revising. There is so much to do, so much to revise, and I don't think I can sleep for over 5 hours today. Okay, it's January 12, 5:08 p.m. and I'm doing the physics homework to prepare for my last exam. Okay, so right here we have a piece of paper, and on it is all the equations that I'm gonna be using tomorrow. Well, actually it's today because it just turned 12 in the midnight, but here you go. These are the basic formulas, and then the other stuffs. You know, to be frank, I don't even understand like 1/4 of it right now, so I'm gonna still have to revise a little bit. Okay, well, now I'm back to my normal position, as you can see, and it's 4:15 p.m. right now, January 14th, and it's a Monday. But, you know, even though it's a Monday, I don't have to go to school tomorrow or the day after because the exam is still going on for other people, but I don't have to because today is my last exam day, and a few others, of course. I just had my physics exam, and last Friday I had my biology exam. I'm gonna talk about that now. Last Friday, I don't know why, but I was just so sleepy. And when I was doing my biology exam, I literally almost fell asleep. Yeah, I was that sleepy. Falling asleep during an exam. And, but I don't know why, but towards the end of the exam, when I had to, you know, when I was told to write an essay, immediately I was awake. So, I don't know. And I think the biology exam wasn't too hard. I mean, it's just that it tests more in our concept than more in facts. And then we have the physics exam today, which I am actually really worried about. In the surface, it looks very simple, but then when you look closer, it's actually really confusing. Like, I know all these equations, okay? PV equals to nRT, 1/2 nm mean c square equals to 3RT over n to 2NA, like NA as an Avogadro's number. Like, I know all those equations, but for some reason the question is just so sophisticated. It just makes everything so much more difficult, so much more complicated. And apparently, me, along with a couple other dudes, like, only us think that the paper is difficult. All the other people think that it's easy. So I'm destined to be fucked. And I'm just really, really worried. Uh, and of course, we have the Chinese exam as well, which I am totally fucked. I'm totally 100%. I don't understand at all. It's so difficult. I know all the words, but it's way more difficult than that. It's just trust me. So, whatever, right? Oh yeah, by the way, last Wednesday to Friday, or was it? No. I think it was last Tuesday to Thursday. I had gastric flu, I think, but a very temporary one, and apparently everyone else is having it as well because it's the exam period, so everyone's getting sick, and including me, but fortunately I got over it very quickly and now I'm fine. And then let's fast forward it back to today. After the physics exam, it's the last exam, so I thought, it'd be great if I could hang out with my friends and, celebrate the ending of the exam. Me, Natalie, Nick was with me as well, Leo, Pink, Christopher was there, Tom also followed up, Adam was there, and then everyone's just, because, for some people, the exam's still not over. For people like Natalie, Christopher, Leo, Nick, Tom, they still have to do the mathematics module 2 exam, so they have to revise. So some of them are revising, some of them are playing video games, some of them are just hugging around, chatting, and I was just bored to death. And I don't know why, but with the presence of Christopher and Tom, I can barely socialize. I don't know, their presence, I don't like them, okay? I don't like them. Now, like, it's not like I want them to die or anything, but it's just that, they make the situation feel way more uneasy for me, because every time I try to speak, every time I try to do something, no matter what it is, they're gonna make it look like I'm the one who's gonna fuck things up. Especially for Christopher. I don't know what's wrong with him, but every time, no matter what I do, if I breathe, if I move a muscle, or whatever I'm doing, I'm always doing the wrong thing. And then, I was gonna have lunch, but then Christopher was like, if you want to have lunch, just tell me to buy it for you and you give me the cash later on, because, I have a lot of money, yada yada. And I don't want him to buy lunch for me and then I give him the money back, because I simply don't want him to interact with me. I simply don't want to talk to him. I simply don't want to make contact with him. So I had to wait at the McDonald's for 2 hours. 2 hours until Christopher leaves so that I can buy my own lunch in peace. And it was boring. I just put on my earphones. I listened to music. I just crawled up in a corner and not speak for like an hour and a half. And then for the next half an hour, I sort of joked around, took pictures of people, and, I guess Leo and Nick talked to me a bit because they're the only two person there who cares. Natalie doesn't care at all, and that's my biggest problem, okay? out of all these people, all, and by all I mean all, Tom, Nick, Leo, everyone, Adam, Christopher, Tom, I am the first ever person to make friends with Natalie, alright? But, okay, I'm not saying your oldest friend is always your best friend, but Natalie acts like she doesn't know me while she knows all the other people. Except for Nick, of course. She doesn't care for Nick either. And I just feel like that's so bullshit. You know, I realized, by the way, that I could just go up to Natalie and tell her that we were not going to be friends. From now on till forever, we're not going to be friends. That's it. Our relationship ends. Natalie wouldn't care. She doesn't care about me at all. And instead, she would care about Christopher or Tom because they're cool, they're more interesting. I'm not an interesting person, okay? But it doesn't mean that I'm a bad friend. You know, maybe that's why. Maybe Natalie doesn't want to be my friend for 4 years now. For fucking 4 years now. Because for the entire time, I was such a boring, uninteresting, and uncool person. Uncool. I'm not muscular. I'm not rich. I'm not super, generous. I mean, of course there are moments where I'm really kind, really nice, but I'm not like super, oh, let me open the door for you kind of guy. Maybe it's because I'm not the very brave and, bold and ballsy kind of guy. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it kind of guy. Maybe it's because I'm not the fuck that kind of guy. I don't know, okay? Whatever it is. Apparently, I am such an uninteresting person, an uncool person, that Natalie just doesn't want to be my friends. Last week, I think last week, or no, a couple weeks ago, I and Natalie had the actual time to communicate. And she told me that the reason why she's not replying to a lot of my texts is because she simply has nothing to say to me. Meanwhile, to people like Leo or Pink or Christopher, she's texting them day after day. And me, nothing. Why? Because I'm such an uninteresting, boring, useless, talentless punk. And I don't know what to say. I've already tried my best. And apparently I'm just this fucking dumbass who deserves to be alone because nobody fucking cares. It's 4:30 right now, and I believe that right now they're having a lot of fun. Adam, Christopher, Pink, Leo, Natalie, they're having a lot of fun. In fact, when Christopher left, everyone else followed Christopher and up and leaves. And I was like, yo, where are you going? Where are you going? Of course, we have the Maths Module 2 people who are going back to school for the exam, but Adam and Pink, where are they going? Well, apparently they're preparing for the photo shooting, because apparently after the exam, they're all gonna group together, they're gonna meet up together, and they're gonna fucking take fucking Instagram photos. And yesterday, that's kind of funny, because yesterday, I asked Natalie, okay, tomorrow after school, where are we gonna go? Do I have to bring my, casual clothes? And she said, I don't know. I don't know. And then turns out today, there is such an event. Natalie didn't inform me. Nobody informed me. And they all just up and leaves and pretend that I don't exist. And in fact, I asked Adam, yo, where are you going? And Adam said, oh, we're gonna have a photo shoot after school. And Natalie was like, wait, you didn't bring your own clothes? Of course not. You didn't fucking tell me. How would I fucking know? Yeah, well, anyway, I bet they're having so much fun right now happiest day of their lives, happiest day in the year so far, and none of them will think about me once, not once. So yeah, at the end, I just bought my lunch in McDonald's, took a bus back home, ate alone, and now I'm at home. And my boring, useless, pointless life continues. This endless suffering, okay? Ever since September 1st, 2018, school life had been so uninteresting. School life had been so meaningless. You had no idea. Every single person is a brick wall, is a dead end. Especially for Natalie's gang. I mean, they are already the easiest gang to socialize with, okay? And trust me, when Christopher or Tom or Marty is here, I can barely speak. Because I'm always treated as this underdog, this lower class, lower grade thing, this dumb, shallow guy who only knows how to joke and play around. And I'm always this unimportant person because apparently people like Tom and Christopher and of course Natalie. Everybody loves Natalie. Everybody worships Natalie. Of course she's way more important than me, so care about her. Don't care about me. I mean, I'm not telling people to pay attention to me and care about my feelings and all that. I don't need that. But all I need is some equality here, okay? Maybe you would also think about me when you're inviting your friends out. Maybe. Yeah, so I am actually more sad than I am angry, but sort of a mix of both right now. I already fucked up physics exam, and now this. I don't see the point of being friends with Natalie or Jordana, because, I mean, someday I'm gonna move to USA and I'm gonna have another life with another new set of friends, so, this is pointless now, and they don't even care about me. Whatever I'm eating, whatever I'm doing, whatever, they don't care. They only care about other people, I guess, but not me. Just not me. The only friend that I really care about is, or more like the only friend that cares about me is Cedric. The only. And, he's just fucking 9,000 kilometers away from here. And, what the hell am I supposed to do for the rest of the year? 1.5 year, man. 1.5 year. Alright, 1.5 year, and I'm gone. High school is over. Okay, 1.5 year. I can do that. I can stand it, okay? Trust me. I can. I can. Yeah, well, what else can I say? I mean, I'm happy for Natalie because right now she's really different right now. Right now she's a people's person, okay? Right now she's having the time of her life, being friends with everyone, and everyone thinks she's cool, and everyone cares about her, overprotects her. Christopher overprotects her. When Cedric joked about Natalie, even Christopher took it personally. Well, good for Natalie. She has like 10 bodyguards right now, just in case she bangs her head against the wooden table once again. 10 people are gonna surround her and tell her that she's brave, she's beautiful, and she's smart. And nobody's gonna do that to me because, well, I don't need help, okay? I'm totally fine. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. How am I gonna progress? One thing I'm really sure that Linda, Mary, Jeffrey, Bernice, all of them, they're never gonna talk to me ever again in my entire fucking life. And even for Jordana or Natalie, maybe they're gonna speak to me a couple of times, but it's not gonna even matter because all they talk about when they're talking to me are homework and, well, homework. Well, enough of the rants, because I know that even if I put out this video, probably no one's gonna be watching, and I'm once again talking to myself. It's been 2 years already. I have made over 360 videos and only 36 subscribers, and maybe less, I don't know. And I'm still talking to myself, and in real life, I'm also talking to myself, and I'm just always this useless, garbage piece of shit, and I'm gonna continue being this piece of shit for the rest of my entire life. I guess in short, I'm happy for Natalie that she's having a great life right now, because everybody loves her right now. And yeah, I'm just gonna take a nap. Now come to think of what I did like 10 minutes ago. I mean, I had my reasons to get emotional, and it's not like a bad thing to get emotional at all. But I'm just saying that sometimes maybe I get a little too emotional, but maybe if I get a little too emotional, maybe maybe what I've said uh is not is driven, it's fueled by those emotions, so it may not come out 100% rational. But I guess for the most part, I still stand by what I've just said 10 minutes ago, that stuffs. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a nap now, and hopefully when I wake up, I'm gonna be in a completely new world, in a new dimension, with new people, and I can start over again.